Chat. Much love, much love. Listen, man, we got us a banger as Rev reacts. This is gonna be the banger. You're gonna love it. Let's go.
Of four officers arrive on scene at roughly the same time and race toward body camera and surveillance footage released by police in Pocatello, Idaho. Hey, drop the knives! Showing just how quickly the fatal shooting of 17-year-old Victor Perez, who was autistic and had cerebral palsy, according to his family, unfolded. In the videos from April 5th, a total of four officers arrive on scene at roughly the same time and race toward Perez, who's behind a chain-link fence in his yard, holding a knife. Police providing two angles from two of the officers' body-worn cameras. Officers yell multiple times to drop the knife. Amid the shouting, the team stands up and moves toward the officers.
Here we go. Man. Let's hear this again.
15 seconds of officers arriving on. Team stands up and moves toward the officers. Within 16 seconds of officers arriving on scene, Perez is shot 9 times.
Chat, man. What do these police officers do not understand what it means to be a first responder? You have a man inside, a young teenager inside his yard. He's obviously having an episode. He's with his mom. Obviously has a knife in his hand. But his mom's like pulling on him and you know, he's not attacking his mom. You know, something's going on. Something's not right. You got 8, 6, 7, 8, whatever police officers line up. And on the other side of the fence, machine gun, you know, guns, all kinds of guns, different guns, shotguns, you know, pistols. They line up like a firing squad. And I'm going to tell you something. Most police officers go throughout their life never having to shoot their weapons. And the other side of that is some of them can't wait to shoot their weapons. But they see a teenager, they don't give themselves or anybody time to articulate the situation that's going down. So somebody on that scene as a sergeant or a sheriff, a lieutenant, okay, whoa, what's going on? Mom, what's going on? Mom, what's happening here? Well, you know, are you okay? What's going create some type of dialogue real quickly, obviously. Yes, have your weapons drawn. And mom says, this is what's happening. He's autistic. They don't give this young man, this mother, let's say the mom, time to even say, Mom, this is what's going on. Not only that, they're shooting towards the young man. The mother is in right there too. So they're not just shooting at him, they're shooting towards her, the house, and whoever else is in that house. And these police officers line up like they're a firing squad. Not one police officer can say, hey, let's slow down, gentlemen. What's going on? What do we have here? What's happening? He can't get over the gate. He can't get to them with the gate there. So they're not in any type of immediate threat whatsoever. Secondly, I would have said, listen, guys, put your guns away, bring out non-lethal. Let's start out with the non-lethal. One stun gun would have took that young man down, would have saved his life, and would gave them time to figure out what in the HE double hockey sticks is going on. This was terrible leadership, unjustified, young kid. They don't give themselves time, even themselves time to say, hey, breathe. You don't run on any type of scene like that and just start shooting without saying, hey, man, especially when you have a fence that's blocking any type of way of him getting to you guys quickly. These are young cops that could run, jab, do whatever, take him down. But he has a knife, okay. But a stun gun would have done, now if it was a gun, that's a gun, that's just a lot different, man. Drop the gun, we're gonna shoot you, because you can shoot a gun pretty far away. But a knife, come on, guys, a knife, come on. It even though it's justified, you could say it's justified to a certain degree, but really, do we really need to justify killing somebody? That's not that's to me, it's you're just looking at the situation and say, well, we have a right. We can shoot him right now because he has a knife in his hand. In other words, they're not looking at honoring a life. They're just looking at we could shoot now. You have a knife because knives can go through bulletproof vests and all the justification. But there was a fence, man. There was an extra safety caution in front of them that stopped that young man to just be able to rush them. So those guns needed to right away get put away and just bring out non-lethal because of the fence. Let's go, chat. Please comment, man. If you guys like what this channel's doing, please subscribe. Listen, I say this anytime you start these videos, just finish it, whether you like it or not. But if you do like it, please subscribe. Let's get to the rest of this.
He died a week later at the hospital.
They basically form a firing squad and they start shooting. And then the next thing you know, he's dead.
Police say the officers were not
I
aware
just said
that
the
Perez had a
exact
mental
same
condition
thing.
or was experiencing a mental health crisis. The man who called 911 said Perez appeared to be under the influence.
Wow. It's crazy.
Dispatch did alert police that the 911 caller said Perez and his family did not appear to speak English.
Female and male are trying to calm the male with the knife down. RP believes they do not speak English.
The 4 responding officers have been placed on leave as the East Idaho Critical Incident Task Force investigates the shooting.
Members of the Perez family, I'm truly sorry for your loss.
The Perez family lawyer says they intend to sue the city of Pocatello for wrongful death, saying police displayed negligent conduct and excessive use of force.
A lot of the police departments have policy and procedures, general orders, which set forth the way that you do tactical de-escalation. What the family is saying is that none of these tactical things were followed.
The Pocatello community coming together at this candlelight vigil to support Victor's family and say enough is enough.
I feel let down, and it's not just me, it's family. We can't just let this happen. This isn't something we can just let go.
And Ryan Chandler joins us now. Ryan, we understand this lawsuit is also going to argue that the officers did not solely threaten Victor's life, but those around him as well.
Yeah.
Right, Ellison, we spoke with James Cook, an attorney for the family. He argues that Perez's sister and mother were in the line of fire when police shot, along with
Oh my God, I just said that.
In that body cam footage that Perez's family was just feet away from him when officers shot. Cook argues that behavior was reckless, and he's warned the city to start preserving evidence ahead of that looming lawsuit.
And Ryan, what are police saying?
Nothing.
Police urge people, I think first they understand why the community is upset, but they try to frame this in terms of what police believed they were getting themselves into when they responded to that call. Remember that 911 call warned about a potentially intoxicated man wielding a knife? So they thought there was an imminent threat.
It doesn't matter what they thought.
But to Perez's own family, and they say they acted quickly to an immediate risk to protect everybody around them.
Ryan Chandler, thank you.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated.
Okay, chat. I had to weigh in on this clip real quick because this is what's going on in America, man. You call the police department. This young mother's in need. He needs medical assistance, and for some reason, when the police show up, no matter where they show up to, they feel that they need to show up and show out. Like they got to be the ones pushing people around, yelling, screaming at people, always hiding up, making the situation. I don't know if they just like that. They just want to create more drama. They want to create, some clips for their little videos. I don't know. But every time police officers are asked to go help somebody that's in a medical uh, a seizure, somebody's having a heart attack. I mean, it goes on and on. There's lawsuits right now all over America that are cities are throwing out millions and millions of dollars because police officers responding to. Uh, there was recently a man having a seizure, and then after he kind of gets through it, he gets up and he's kind of out of it, and he's walking in. The police walk in. The cops even carrying like a medical bag to help him. And when he walks in, he says, "Are you performing, uh, are you doing any compressions or anything?" And he looks and he goes, "Oh, the guy's up." And he puts his medical bag down. And instead of like, okay, what's going on? And he goes into putting the guy in wrestling him to the ground, but hitting him to the point that now he can't get him handcuffed. For some reason, police cannot handcuff a man on their own. I don't know what it is. That they need 9 cops to do that. Every time they arrest somebody, it takes like 5 or 6 cops to the point they stun gun him, knowing they're there for a medical reason. They don't care. Police don't care what we think. They don't care how we see this. What matters is how they see it. And then when they do all this dirt, and then they know it's wrong, before they even leave the scene, they start creating narratives, start turning out body cams. Okay, we gotta make sure we cover this. Like they don't. They say, as long as we can, cover this and we can lie for each other and we can back each other up, we can do anything. And I truly believe that's why police officers, just depending on whoever is the idiot that shows up first, gets to pull the trigger. If one, and this is the case, I'll trip on this. If one pulls the trigger, they all say, they all get to pull the trigger. How about if someone pulls the trigger, everybody just say, well, I don't gotta pull the trigger. I ain't gotta. 9 of us don't need to shoot the guy. But for some reason, when police officers show up, if one shoots, we all gotta shoot. I'm gonna tell you something. There's so many things that need to change about these cops, man. If you got 7, 8 cops with rifles, 9 millimeters, lined up on a fence with a teenage kid, and if one of them shoots, shouldn't that be enough? Instead of all 9 of you shooting him, and not only just shooting him, they empty their clips. Majority of the time, they will continue to shoot you until click, click, click. It's policing has went into like modern warfare against citizens. Whether they're in their car, if they're in their home, they don't care anymore. And this is why police are going to prison. They're getting 25 years to life. You didn't see this stuff. And body cams have definitely changed the game. And YouTube is changing the game in a huge way, a way of accountability. The body cams and YouTube are like a hand in glove together, and they are they are going after they're going after dirty, unaccountable police departments, because it's time for accountability. It is time for accountability, that police officers that are out there doing whatever they feel they can do, and break the law and commit murder, and falsely arrest people. I mean, these there's so many lawsuits right now, that if we took a tally of really what's going out there, it would probably blow your mind of how many lawsuits just in this year right now, or all that happened last year. And these cops need to wake up, because you're gonna go to prison. It's gonna catch up to you. It will catch up to you. And everything you do is being recorded, it's being remembered, and if you don't change, it's gonna add up. And one day, these guys get like 70 or 80 write-ups. These are the ones that end up in prison, because they just keep getting in trouble, and then they get promotions on top of it. The Forget the $3 million lawsuits, of $150,000 lawsuits. They're just having, okay, we'll just give them money and we'll share it, and it's all done with, and it's over. No, it's not, because we haven't dealt with the problem. The problem is you got some good police officers. Now listen to this. And I'll close with this. I promise, guys. If you got 30 good police officers, or 20 good police officers inside that police station, but you have one bad cop that's just out there, just, hitting people, doing this, busting through doors, don't care about warrants, don't care about this, but those other cops don't say nothing, the blue line, then that means you don't have 20 good cops and one bad. You have, the whole thing is corrupt then. Because if none of you are not willing to stand up and say, listen, this guy, what he's doing, it's wrong. It's hurting the department. It's hurting the city. It's costing millions of dollars. And we need to put a plug on this thing, so we can continue to build for a better future with the young cops that are coming in. But it's not happening. That blue line. This needs to be dealt with. These cops should be held accountable for murder. They should have never pulled out guns. They should have never, the minute they got up to that fence and said, okay, put the guns away, let's go non-lethal. And notice it was a kid, it was a teenager, and there's a fence and a barrier between them, that they know that they could have pulled out a stun gun and dealt with this youngster, got him, handcuffed him, took him to the hospital, and get him the help that he needed. Instead, they lined up, and once one gun went off, they just fired like he was guilty. It was, and just struck him down, cold blooded. 16 seconds, guys. Please hit my comments. Please, man, if you enjoyed just this little snip, if you enjoyed it, please subscribe, help our channel, because we are on a vengeance of justice, man. In America, it's time for justice. I don't care what it is, good, the bad, the ugly. It's time, guys. Let's do this together. Are you with me?